Jordan, who was celebrating their birthday, and as they blew out their candles on their cake, they wished that this moment of happiness would just last forever. And it did. Their wish came true, and now their existence is one perpetual exhale. And the worst part, they have to look at a giant, delicious-looking cake they'll never get to try for the rest of eternity.
Bruce Lee?
No. Two guys. What? Nice. Hello, and welcome to episode 123 of Two Guys What's Up, the weekly comedy podcast where I couldn't think of a worse hell to live in. Looking at a delicious cake I can't eat. Horrible. But one guy that has to live his personal hell every Monday when he talks to me is this guy. It's Jordan. Jordan, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm really gutted that you called it episode 123.
Why?
I was hoping you'd just go for the 1, 2, 3.
Nah, I don't like the sound of it.
Don't you?
Nah.
It's like A, B, C. Easy as 123. Oh, never mind. That's all right.
Yeah, sounds well better.
I'm going to ask you, how are you?
Tired, as normal.
Oh, dear.
But that's no surprise at this point, I'm sure.
It isn't.
Why? Why? What do you know? What do you think?
No, nothing. It's just you always ask me first and how I'm doing.
What have you heard?
Lots of things.
Who's told you what?
Loads and everybody.
Oh, God. None of it's true, I swear.
Oh, they all said you were a great guy. Right, okay. I won't believe them.
Yeah, slander. All fake, mate. Fake news.
I was scrolling Facebook mindlessly this morning.
Nice.
And I was going to screenshot something and send it to you, and I didn't because I thought, you know what? I'm going to be speaking to you shortly. So here we are.
Oh, okay.
And it was a little cocktail recipe.
Oh.
Okay.
Fill me in.
And I'll send this to you afterwards. So the reason I'm mentioning it is because, first of all, it looks and sounds delicious.
Oh.
But then I'll reveal the name to you.
Oh, God.
So, what is involved is 1 ounce of frangelica, or is it frangelica?
Frangelica, I believe. Yeah, I've got that.
1 ounce of chocolate liqueur.
I have the brown creme de cacao, so that's chocolate.
Okay, nice. And a 1/2 ounce of Irish cream.
Okay, yeah, I got some Baileys left over from Christmas.
And that's it.
Oh.
It looks amazing.
It sounds like a bueno.
Yeah, kind of, I suppose so. It's from a Facebook group that I'm not a part of, but I feel like I probably should be now, called Recipe Relish. And what caught my attention was the name of it. It's Come in My Ass.
Oh, Lord. Gooey. What a name.
Let me send it to you.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
I mean, it looks great, though.
It does look fairly delicious, yeah. They failed to add the nuts as part of the recipe on top, though.
That's true. I'm not sure exactly what kind of nuts they are.
I couldn't tell you. I'm not a nutty expert.
It's a different type of nut, given the name.
Yeah, yeah.
And the other thing, just as a side note, I saw a meme that's going round, and it got me thinking, and I want to ask you the question. So this is what it says. You were given £1 million to hide a paperclip from a detective.
Right.
He has 7 days to find it. Where are you hiding it?
Swallow it.
Oh, interesting. Okay. But, I mean, it's not going to stay in you for 7 days.
Yeah, after 1 day, you know. After a good 12 hours, maybe, it's going to be on its way to the Atlantic, so you'll never find it.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, what if they are surveillancing your plumbing?
I guess I've lost then.
I was just curious.
Failing that, if that's not allowed in the rules, where would I hide it?
I mean, I guess anything's allowed in the rules.
I guess hide implies leaving it somewhere, though, doesn't it, that could possibly be found? Because if I just said burn it...
Oh, I see. Like, just totally destroy it.
Yeah.
Turn it into a coat hanger. They'll never know.
Boss, have you checked behind that tiny coat hanger?
Sorry, boss.
Shut up, Scooter.
Ow!
Don't tell me how to do my job.
Ow!
Where would I hide it? Probably... No, everywhere I'm thinking. Like, I thought, like, inside a deck of cards.
Oh, okay.
Or, like, on top of a picture frame. I'm just trying to look at things around me.
They've got 7 days to find it, so, I mean, it's a difficult one to answer.
Ooh, you know where I'd put it?
Oh, God.
On my wall, I've got some picture frames, and in one of the picture frames, you know the little like sizing card that comes inside the frame when
Yeah.
you buy it. It's like the sheet of paper that fills it. It's got like the size on it. I've turned that round so it's just a white background because the photo that goes in it is smaller than the frame, so
okay.
it looks like it's just a white border. So I would hide it between that photo and the back white bit of paper.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So even if they took the back off the photo frame, they wouldn't initially see it so it might slip past them, go under the radar.
Ooh, interesting. Oh, that's not a bad one. I was thinking, so I've got the acoustic foam paneling in this room.
Yep.
I was thinking, because how I've attached them, I've not used an adhesive spray, because apparently that's a nightmare to rip off and it just ruins your wall. So I got little tiny nails just to make little pinprick holes in the wall to hold them up. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking, I could do that and straighten out the paperclip, feed it through there, and just cover the hole back up.
Not a bad plan, so it just looks like one of the existing nails.
Well, no, not even that. I'd just fill it in and paint it back over.
Okay.
So, I mean...
We should try this. We should get a detective in and try these.
That's true, we should.
Hopefully he doesn't listen to us.
Yeah. I mean, no one listens to us, so we're all right. But I just want to fill you in on a couple of suggestions that people had, and I thought, not bad.
All right.
So, someone said... my pocket. They can't search me without a warrant, and no judge is going to write a warrant for a dumbass game.
Fair enough.
Yeah, not bad. Someone else said, do I have to retrieve it afterwards? If it's not getting thrown into a dumpster filled with approximately 10,000 other paper clips, good luck finding that paperclip.
That's a very fair point.
So that was all right. And someone else finally said, well, instead of hiding it, why don't I just show it to them? Because then they technically didn't find it.
Or you could show them a paperclip and say, this either is or isn't it. And there's no way of them discerning whether it is or isn't, so...
That's very true. It's not a magical paperclip that glows. Oh, shit, yeah, imagine if you had a rogue paperclip on your desk and right, you lost. No, you
there
haven't.
It is. No, that's not the glowing one that you gave me.
Yes, you haven't found it. Hey, give up. Stop it.
Get in jail.
Well, that wasn't the rules. I've already spent my million.
Hey, I forgot about the money part.
Anyway, I just wanted to fill you in. I thought that was kind of an interesting idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, people at home, let us know where you'd hide it. I'd love to know.
I mean, within reason.
No reason. Just first thing that comes into your head.
Ian would love to know.
So, Jordan, with that being said, shall we just jump into the goodness of today? The good stuff?
I think so.
Smashing news, right? Tell me what you got coming up. Tell me.
So, I think I did something very similar before, but I'm going to revisit it because it's been a long time, which is where people say the stupidest things.
Nice, yeah. I think this is actually going to be a part 3 then.
Is it? Okay, I knew I did it before, but I couldn't remember. And what on earth have you got for us?
Well, Jordan, they said they were here to help. They said they came from the distant stars. They lived in hidden bases and asked for only jam and our cooperation. But what were these aliens really about? Oh, sorry, I think I've just read my final paragraph there. Anyway, basically today, I've got that.
Okay, I misheard what you said. Did you say jam?
I did say jam.
Oh, okay, nice. I wasn't sure if you said jam or it was someone's name like Jan.
No, it was jam. So it's called the Friendship Case, and what you're about to hear is either one of the most astonishing cases of alien contact ever recorded, or another wild goose chase. 10 points to anyone who can guess where I stand on the matter. But anyway, shall we just jump into that then?
Let's do it. I'm ready for a goose chase.
Nice! Our story today begins in the summer of 1956 in Pescara, a quiet coastal city on the Adriatic Sea where a man named Bruno Samsica, I believe that's pronounced, a respected psychologist and scholar of religious philosophy, claims he had the first encounter with beings not of this earth.
Yeah, sorry, I was just totally fixated on his name. What on earth is that?
Italian, I believe. Samasasico, I believe.
Okay, it's not how it looks, but fair enough.
I don't know. I don't think I say it again, so at least I got through it in the first instance.
Well, if you do, what can you call him?
Sammy.
All right, deal.
Well, his name's Bruno, and I think I just call him that throughout. Now, Bruno wasn't your average fringe UFO guy. He had a doctorate, worked in academic circles, and had even published books on Christian mysticism. He wasn't the kind of bloke you'd expect to invent a wild alien saga. He just didn't have it in him.
Not a creative guy.
Bad case of writer's block whenever he tried. Sit down, pen wouldn't work.
Just keep breaking every time he put it to paper.
Yeah.
Even the lead, it snapped.
He was a very forceful writer.
It was all right. That was the issue.
It's like, I've got the story in my head. I just can't get it on paper.
He never learnt the technique properly at school, did he?
Just over-enthusiastic. So this guy says that he wasn't abducted, taken in the night, or influenced telepathically. It was much more simple than that. He met one of these beings in a perfectly normal setting. It was a man who looked human, but there was something off. Fairly obvious too. He was perfectly proportioned, strikingly calm, but 10 feet tall.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Basketball player.
The NBA alien.
Nice.
And eventually, this figure revealed the truth. He said, I'm not of this earth, but we have been here a long time. For you see, Jordan, this man was part of a group who called themselves the W56, a name in which, oddly enough, the W stands for W, but there were some theories that it stood for Watchers. But the 56 part referred to the year that contact was initiated.
Why don't they just call themselves the Watchers 56? Because W is more effort.
That's the thing, there was no explanation ever given for what the W actually stood for. So they just said, we're the W56, and they were like, what does the W stand for? And they were like, oh, I ain't telling you that, mate.
I mean, they could have chosen a letter that requires less than 3 syllables. That's most of them.
Fucking aliens for you, mate.
Yeah, it's hard work. That's so much effort.
Yeah.
At least they could have said the W56 or the W56.
It's like, yeah, we're the W56. What? The we're 56? No. The W. Okay. What's that? A W. Okay, so you're the W56. No. That's too many syllables.
Yeah.
It's too difficult.
Then it's like, oh, fuck it. I'm just not from here.
I'm not of this earth, the end, right? Just leave it at that. But they were described as tall humanoids, between 6 and 10 feet tall. But other than that, physically indistinguishable from humans. And they exuded an aura of peace and kindness, because all of us native to this planet are barbaric bastards, obviously.
Of course.
One of the most famous of these beings was a guy named Pietro. Try to say that 3 times fast. I know I couldn't. He was said to be one of the tall ones at nearly 10 feet and impossibly gentle.
Pietro.
Well done. I couldn't do it. I mean, you took the piss out of me a second ago for saying 3 words that melded into one.
It was almost, you turned into Chris Tarrant. But we don't want to give you that.
Maybe I am Chris Tarrant. You don't know.
Maybe.
Have you seen him lately?
I haven't.
Have you ever seen me and him in the same room?
I have not.
Precisely.
But that's probably because you killed him.
And ate his essence. I became him. So these guys claim to be extraterrestrials from not just one, but multiple star systems, come together to join as one cosmic alliance. And they'd been monitoring Earth for centuries, and their message was simple. It's something that we're used to hearing. Humanity was on the path to destruction. Well, shit. But luckily, we have these soft bastards here to guide us spiritually, but not technologically. That is important. A nice stark contrast from those grey bastards.
Right, okay. So they're just here to tell us that we're not doing great.
Exactly, yeah.
and offering not much in way of help.
There is...
They're taking the piss.
Yeah, I mean, there is some mention of help, but
they don't bother.
not unless we give something.
Oh, fucking hell.
It's a really weird relationship. Like, if this was your personal relationship, you'd probably leave the person.
I was going to say, that sounds very one way.
Oh yeah, just you wait, mate. It gets fucking worse.
Oh dear. Okay.
Also separating them, as I mentioned before, they didn't come in ships, beam people up, mess about with implants or any of that horrible stuff. This wasn't an abduction kind of scenario. This was a relationship. It was long-term and apparently cooperative.
Right.
Yeah, like I say, if you were in this relationship and these attributes were attributed to a single person, you'd probably be like, I don't want to be around you anymore.
Yeah.
But because they're aliens and they're coming to help you,
Supposedly.
you know, all of a sudden you have to put up with their bullshit.
Yeah, not great.
And it wasn't just our pal Bruno who liaised with these nice gits. Over the next 2 decades, dozens of Italians, including engineers, academics, technicians, and even a bishop would become involved.
Nice. Okay.
So, according to witnesses, the W56 operated out of underground bases scattered across Italy and Europe. One of the largest was supposedly beneath the Adriatic Sea. Humans were taken to these bases, not abducted, mind you, invited. There is a difference. One account describes being led through a long tunnel, emerging into a white-lit corridor that curved downwards. Inside were rooms filled with technology, humans and aliens working side by side. Never heard that before, am I right? One man claimed to meet a being named Sigia, who showed him a chamber where objects could be materialized from thought alone.
Wow.
And in another room, they saw tanks with living organic matter, seemingly growing life. And I never heard that one before, am I right?
I mean, that thought of objects coming from pure thought alone is amazing.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Butt plug.
The question is, where does it materialise?
Where you want it.
Okay, right.
In your enemy's rectums.
And in the mouth hole. Right as they're shouting at you.
Wait, is saying mouth hole, is that like saying ATM machine?
It's when you ask for the cocktail, come in my ass, and then
It's like saying don't think of a black cat, and you think of a black cat. If you say come in my ass, you're going to think about come in your ass. And not the drink, probably.
I imagine so. But the question is whose?
I don't think it matters at this point.
Oh, right, okay.
The fact that it's there.
Oh, God, it's your enemy.
That's payback for the butt plug.
It is. They did enjoy it.
Who wouldn't? It'd be silly not to. Now, Jordan, the W56 apparently had a taste for human cuisine, but that's not the weird part. And according to multiple witnesses, the W56 would occasionally request specific earth goods, not precious metals or high-tech gear. They wanted things like fruit, water, apricot jam, underwear, soap, towels, and branded name biscuits. And if you're anything like me, you're thinking, apricot jam particularly? And yes, they loved the stuff and even had preferred brands. That's the weird part.
What brand, I wonder?
Couldn't tell you. From the 50s in Italy, I don't know any apricot jam brands, unfortunately.
Imagine, though, it was a really specific kind of non-branded supermarket thing.
Yeah.
And the supermarket ended up...
I'll have Tesco's own.
Yeah, exactly, and the supermarket closed down.
I'm not continuing until you reopen the shop. Bring me the CEO.
Yeah.
A witness named DeLama once said they had to deliver only apricot jam. Nothing else. Not peach, not mixed fruit, just apricot. And if they brought anything else, the W56 would express disappointment, sometimes flat out refusing the delivery, and occasionally vanish from contact for days like they were sulking.
Wow, okay. They just need to grow up.
It doesn't sound very futuristic, harmony, love and light, that kind of stuff, does it? It's like, you bring us jam. Oh, and they're just like I'm not talking to you for a week.
Yeah, and supposedly we have the problem.
Exactly. So one witness even claimed a W56 entity snapped at them because they brought the wrong brand of jam.
Wow.
And again, peaceful, kind, gentle, and then, they brought the wrong jam, and he's like, you fucking dickhead. Just like, calm down, skin ball. Remember, we're here, we come in peace, right? We got to be nice to these humans. Like, fuck's sake, sorry. I had my toast ready, it's on the plate, and I was expecting the delivery, and it's fucking marmalade.
I'm going to say, this is Nutella, it's not even jam.
I didn't have any, I'm sorry. But even stranger, these deliveries were always different. Sometimes they'd be delivered right to the door, but other times they would just vanish from sealed containers or disappear from right under the noses of those delivering it, as if being teleported. So they'd receive a message, put all the food in a container on this street, and then they'd put it in, close it, and then they'd go back to it, and it'd just be gone.
Right.
No one would see them come in, no one would see them go out, the food would just disappear.
Okay. Interesting.
But, Jordan, the W56 weren't just apricot-loving sweet tooth freeloaders. They had rules. They insisted that humans act out of love, harmony, and unity, and if they sensed arguments or selfishness among the group, they'd stop communicating or even sabotage their own experiments just to teach the humans a lesson.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, that's some fucking horrible shit. That's not any kind of relationship that you really want to be part of.
I don't know, they just sound unhinged.
Yeah.
And a little bit obsessive, controlling.
Yeah, that's the one. One witness said that he thought that the jam wasn't really about food. It was a test of obedience and faith. They'd say things like, do you trust us enough to do exactly what we ask, even if it seems silly? So it seems like the apricot jam was really a spiritual loyalty test. But I think anyone coming to you and saying they're there to help you and then saying, would you do anything we ask, no matter how silly it sounds?
No, it doesn't sound right at all.
But the W56 weren't just chatting over tea and spoonfuls of jam. They allegedly ran coordinated operations with the human collaborators.
Wow, that was an interesting take.
Yeah, that's how I speak where we're from, okay? Get over it. The humans they worked with delivered fuel, tools, more jam, and parts for devices that aliens couldn't easily acquire. In exchange, they were given philosophical teachings, because the W56 refused to offer weapons or advanced tech unless humanity matured.
Like their pot of conserve.
Like, imagine this guy, one of the humans goes up to one of these aliens. He's like, Zangor, Billy stole my toy plane. Can I have a death laser to make him pay? And Zangor's like, oh, grow up.
And fetch me my jam.
Rolls his eyes and walks off.
Nice.
But the communication methods of the W56 were bizarre. Sometimes it was face-to-face, other times it was via telepathy, and even through modified radios. One day Bruno and his friends were sitting chatting on a ham radio, and suddenly a booming voice would come through. Peace and fraternity, we are with you always. Do not fear the darkness, and bring me some jam. The apricot won this time. You fucking idiot. You know we hate strawberry.
At least, I was going to say they're polite about it, but they're not really. They just called you a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I think they only really try to be nice when they're actually talking to you through the radio. Like, you imagine, like, one of them's, like, sat on the switch. He's like, yes, I told Billy I'd give him a laser if he stopped being such a little bitch, but I'm never going to. I'm just stringing the idiot along for jam. Oh, shit, is this thing on?
Sports Boff, you fucking idiot.
Sports Boff, you sat on the fucking button, mate. Oh,
And then it just goes along with it like, yes, these are things we should never ever say or think.
Yeah, that was a fine example of something you should never say. Has anybody else got one? Say something. Say something. The alien's flustering.
But then Sports Boff doesn't understand the assignment and he just says things that they should do.
Sports Buff, didn't you have something you wanted to tell me? Kill all humans? No, don't say that. But that's what you told me to say yesterday. No, shut up. That's what you said our mission was. Shut up. Zarkov, just get off the fucking button, for God's sake.
That's it, I'm fucking disconnected.
You hear the Apple FaceTime shutdown noise. So over time, Bruno and his pals recorded over 80 cassette tapes of these messages, and some of the voices sounded eerily human, others deeper, slightly mechanical, but always emphasised unity, love, resisting fear, and jam. But of course, Jordan, there's always a dark side.
Yep, there is two sides to the Force.
And in this case, the W56 said that they weren't the only group watching Earth. There were the others, known as the CTR. Cold, robotic, and anti-spiritual. These beings, some believe that they were, you guessed it, the Greys, wanted to manipulate humanity to steer us toward technocracy and emotionless cold logic. Blah, bollocks.
Yeah, interesting. And also, in the words of Yoda, he says always two there are, a master and an apprentice.
I've heard Yoda also says, no pun intended.
Well, I don't get it. What does that mean?
It's one of his most famous quotes, John. If you haven't heard that, mate, God.
Can you explain it?
Get with the programme.
How does it work? Or shall I just listen to episode 122?
Please do, because I can't remember. So the CTR and the W56 were engaged in a cosmic tug-of-war for influence over Earth. And guess who the battleground was, Jordan? It was us! And Jordan, let me tell you, this isn't good for us, because this means that human beings were the arena in which this alien conflict played out. In other words, we weren't just observers, we were the stakes, the weapons, and the field of play all at once, meaning their war wasn't fought with lasers or bombs like normal aliens, but with influence, ideology, and manipulation through us.
Okay. Set of b****s.
Precisely. All of them. The lot.
And also, CTR just takes me back to being a kid, because all I know that is being Crash Team Racing on PlayStation.
Oh, very nice. It just kept making me think of the word control, like CRTL.
Oh, okay.
Which I guess, that's what they're after. So
yeah,
maybe it was a bit of a typo, and the W56 were like, they're called the CRTL, but when they hit enter, they accidentally hit delete.
Oh, it was the same idiot that sat on the button.
It was, yeah, he's very technologically impaired. They all are. One chilling message recorded on tape warned, they will try to twist your minds. They will offer you knowledge without soul. Resist!
Wow.
And the way I just said that at the end then sounds a bit overdramatic, but hold on to that thought, okay?
Sounded like a Dalek.
Well, at the moment, Jordan, I'm probably sure you're thinking, Ian, I know you're right, and you're amazing, but I'd love to hear these recordings. And I'm really sorry if it sounds like I'm questioning you, but I'm not. I just love to hear it, for me.
No, I'm not.
You are. And Jordan, to that I say, how dare you? I hear your disbelieving undertones, but fine. If it's evidence you require, it's evidence you shall receive.
Will it be clearer than that?
Don't laugh in my face when I'm trying to be dramatic, all right?
Okay.
Because I have one of these recordings, and now, so do you.
Oh, I'm excited. Let me have a look. Okay, I'm going to play it.
Cari amici, cari figlioli, siate certi di noi, poiché nessuno tra noi vacillerà. Voi siate uniti e sopportate le vostre debolezze reciproche. lottando e migliorando come uomini e come nostri cari amici. Il nostro mondo per voi cari non è facile a capire. Questo è naturale, ma con l'affetto e la fiducia potrete ugualmente stare vicino ai nostri cuori aperti a voi e comprenderci di più. Un abbraccio fatto di caldo affetto e di pura amicizia dal vostro Sidir.
Don't laugh. It's an alien message, mate.
Just near the end was like, not only are they not very technologically minded, they talk like gimps. I'm not afraid.
Good. I mean, they're supposed to be the good guys, so I guess it's good that you're not afraid.
The sound of it reminds me of how I would envision a group in a circle summoning demons or something.
You're like chanting. Well, for anyone at home who was wondering just what exactly that alien was saying, I have the translation right here.
I bet they weren't, but go on.
So what they said was, "Dear friends, dear sons, do not mistrust us, and none of us will waver. Stay together, stay together, stay together. Tolerate your weakness, fighting, and improve your humanity and your friendship towards us. Our world is hard for you to understand, dearest. That's normal, anyhow. With affection and trust, you can be close to our hearts, always open towards you, and understand us more. We embrace you with warm affection and authentic friendship. Yours, Sergei."
Yeah, he talks like a gimp.
Yeah, I'll second that. So, by the late 1970s, things started to fall apart. The human group were beginning to fracture. Some members wanted to use their connection with the W56 to gain power, others grew disillusional or skeptical, and infighting started because, just humans. The W56 tried to mediate, but eventually delivered a final message saying, "Your division weakens our presence. If your hearts are not united, we must go. 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 Go." And just like that, contact ceased.
And then it's like, Sparky, press the echo button again.
You've hit the reverb. How do I turn it off?
You imbecile.
Oh God, I've hit the bit crusher.
You ain't bit bad.
I knew we should have gone with Pro Tools.
Oh, he's not very clever guy.
But just like that, Jordan, contact ceased. No more voices, no more meetings. The bases allegedly were sealed. The group disbanded. And all I can say is, cheers for that, aliens. For all that's at stake, for all that you said could happen, one little fight and you're like, "Oh, well, you know what, f*** it, we're off."
Yeah, maybe they ran out of jam. That was the problem.
But yeah, maybe that shop did close.
Maybe, yeah.
And they were like, well, what's the point in staying here? The humans are idiots. And the only one good thing they had was apricot jam, and now that's gone. So
Yeah.
let's just go back to our respective star systems. But fast forward to the early 2000s, and a man named Stefano Brescia, an electrical engineer and academic, comes forward with an archive of documents, recordings, and photos. He claims that he was part of the original group and had kept everything, and he publishes a book detailing the entire saga. He even includes names of witnesses, their statements, and transcripts of messages from the W56. Some of the names were disguised, but many weren't, and some of these people even came forward and backed him up.
Okay.
Brescia said the aliens never really left, they just went quiet, which, again, thanks for trying. So, if all of this is made up, it's a 20-plus year coordinated roleplay involving respected professionals, audio tapes, photographs, multiple locations, and no one trying to cash in on it until decades later. But if it's real, then this is over 2 decades of a group of aliens that lived among us, worked with us, and tried to guide us. And we blew it because humans.
I understand that.
I totally get that, yeah. But again, I don't think these aliens were as benevolent as they made out.
No.
Skeptics say the whole thing was a cult-like delusion. Wishful thinking wrapped in Cold War anxiety, the shopping lists, the emotional manipulation. Feels like something out of a 1970s spiritual group more than a galactic alliance. But, still, multi-professional people were involved, there were items vanishing from locked fridges and sealed rooms, 10-foot human-looking people.
I mean, I'd argue that they're not at that point.
But you didn't see them, mate. And you'd think, no one tells a lie this stupid, right? If you wanted to make money, you'd say aliens followed by something mildly believable, not that they ghosted you for buying the wrong jam.
Maybe it's just that ridiculous that people must think, well, they can't have made that up. That's stupid.
You'd think, why would you put so much effort into making up a fake story? If you had the forward planning to definitely say that you were going to go through with something like this, you'd stick to the narrative, wouldn't you? You'd say, I was abducted, they did experiments on me, they looked like this, the end.
Yeah.
You wouldn't come up with a massive, elaborate plan that no one's ever seen before.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless they were trying to just stand out from the crowd. But there's no guarantee with that. I don't fucking know. It just doesn't sound.
Yeah, it's all a bit weird, really, isn't it?
It is.
Doesn't really make sense.
To me, it sounds like another case of the runaround. So 20 years of contact, a supposed high-risk stake, and nothing at all to show from it except a mental story that no one would believe. But Jordan, that is just my take. And I just really want to know, what do you think?
It's a very convoluted and complex story, isn't it?
It's just a whole load of fuckery.
It is. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure how much I buy it, really. In a way, I kind of hope it's true, because I think that's crazy. I just think that is ridiculous, and that paints a very interesting picture of these things.
If it is true, and you look at all the stories that we have now from alien abductions and the culprits, like the Greys and stuff like that, then that means that the W-56 failed in saving us from our technological soul ousting, and we are now firmly in the grasp of the Greys.
Wow.
So I don't want it to be true, because they are scary fuckers.
Yeah, that's a very good point. However, when they've got staff like they do, I mean, can you blame them that they failed?
If all that is true, then new iPhone every year, so that's one thing.
Not necessarily better, though.
Yeah, but, all you got to do is wait another 12 months so you can get the next iteration. It's fine.
Yeah.
Technology coming out of our assholes, pal.
Hopefully not. Be careful of that wish.
Where do you keep your vibrating, texting butt plug?
Shall I call you?
Not on air.
Okay. Yeah, very interesting story. I did enjoy it, though. It was not what I had in mind at all.
Right, so, stupid people.
Stupid people saying stupider things.
Nice.
So yes, Ian, this is indeed quotes from real people of the internet, proving that if brains were donated to science, science would return them.
Like a bad Amazon package.
Exactly. Now, I have to say, I've got absolutely loads here, so I won't go through them all, and I'll just cherry pick, and we'll see what happens.
Could you maybe, give us half now and then do a part 5 next week?
I probably could. Or I might save them for another time. We'll spread it out a bit.
Nice. Spread it, Jordan.
I spent my first 7 years of life wanting to be a bin man, because I thought they only worked Thursdays, because that was the only day our bin...
You know what? I don't think that's stupid. That's just a child being a child. I have a few stories like that myself. I remember when I was a kid, I used to think that every family had their own bus.
Wait, what?
Exactly. So it used to confuse me too.
And you're the one that thought it.
When we were stood at a bus stop, I was at a bus stop with my family, they'd go, oh, what's this bus? Oh, that's a 27. No, that's not our bus.
Oh.
So I'd think, oh, our bus, my family's bus, must be a certain number so that we know when it's coming to get us, and that is our family, it's been sent to take us where we want to go.
Right.
It's like our own personal taxi.
But with loads of other people on it.
Yeah, that's the bit that confused me. I was like, well, why are all these other people getting on? This is our bus.
Imagine you started kicking off.
It's punching people. If you can get on my bus, do you? Get the fuck out of here.
You take that old granny's cane and slap her.
Snap it over my knee, throw it out the door. You want that to be you next? Get off my bus.
Oh, God. How about when someone isn't very strong on geography and they go, so, are you from China or are you from Asia?
Okay. Asia is a big, vast amount of area. You've got Middle East, Far East.
China.
You've got China in there somewhere, yeah.
There's no defending stupid.
My apologies, I'll stop trying.
Fish aren't animals, they're mammals.
They're definitely not.
Or the time when it was the Scottish independence referendum and it was in the news, someone says that a person they worked with asked if Scotland was still in England.
Right.
Because of it. And he obviously clearly meant Britain.
Yeah.
But he's just a fucking idiot.
I don't know if, maybe this is just me, but you kind of just think of Britain as being called England.
I guess.
If you think of the UK, you think England, don't you?
I guess so.
So maybe that was I'm doing it again, I'm trying to defend it, but maybe that was just the mind saying what just came naturally, when that's not what they meant. So let's just cut this guy some slack.
It's like in James Bond films, before he's about to finish off
Himself.
the bad guy at the end of the film.
Oh.
And, he's never like, for Scotland.
That's true, yeah.
Bang! Or, what about where someone says, the time I'll never forget is when we were in our late teens and my friend said, humans aren't animals. I look nothing like my cat.
What?
You hear other similar people saying that the theory of evolution is also wrong because we still have apes.
Yes, but maybe Darwinism is not right, Jordan.
Well, maybe you're not right either.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's probably correct.
A guide dog job is to drive the car for the blind person.
Oh yeah, that one's beyond stupid. Dogs can't drive.
Women can control their periods. And this person legitimately thought that the blood can just be sucked back in.
Oh, God.
Yeah, also an idiot.
Yes, very much so.
I don't have email. I have Gmail. Or, can you email me back the PDF I emailed to you? It's my only copy.
They must have been saying that as they were fucking looking at it. Like, they email it over, they see it sent, and like, oh, by the way, we just didn't mind emailing me that back, please, it's my only copy. But it's on the computer screen in front of them.
Yeah, no, but...
This is one of them fucking aliens, isn't it, from the W56? They're like, technology, I have no idea how to use this.
Oh, maybe, yeah. And they press that echo button again.
Yeah.
It's my only copy. Or when someone said, last month, a co-worker asked if I run out of blood eventually because I donate every couple of months. He's 34 years old. No excuse, Ian.
I'm not 34 anymore, so it wasn't me.
You were at one point.
Oh, was I?
Whereas I'm not 34 yet, so it's obviously not me.
Oh, shit, yeah.
I'm just a prime old baby.
In the realms of it, it is more likely to have been me. It wasn't.
Definitely more likely. Someone said, one of my aunts asked about what I do, so I told her, after completing my electronics engineering degree, I started working in a chip designing company.
Did they think they meant chips?
Yep, after a pause, she asked, what are your most popular flavours? Are the chips as good as Lay's?
Okay, for one, they're crisps.
So she's not just an idiot on one count, it's on two.
Well, Americans, they call them chips, don't they?
They do. And Lay's just seems weird.
Yeah, Walkers.
We refer to those as walkers.
Yeah, Walkers all the way, bro.
I'm never going to quit smoking cigarettes. My aunt was healthy until she quit. Then she was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer.
All of these, right, they're not giving me a very good podcast reaction because they just make me do that thing where I purse my lips. And, my eyes fall halfway and I'm just blank-faced.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to respond. I'll just rattle through them. Because people are fucking stupid.
Not our listeners, obviously.
No, but the people involved in these in this list are.
Obviously, yeah, definitely.
We were at a baby shower for my wife in April. My niece's boyfriend asked me when she was due, and I told him she was due in July. He asked us, this July?
No, last July, mate.
Like, how long does it think it takes for a baby to develop? When someone asked, was it difficult for your husband to learn English? Is there a language barrier for you guys? My husband is Scottish, born and raised.
To be fair, I mean, my dad has not lived in Scotland for a number of years. To throw out a ballpark figure, I'd say maybe like 30 years or something like that, maybe more.
Yeah.
But when my wife met him, I had to translate.
Wow.
Yeah. But like my dad was just like,
oh, hi, my name's Bill. Nice to meet you.
My wife's like, what did he just fucking say to me? What was
Started
that?
holding her back. No, darling, it didn't mean it like that.
It was a greeting. In Scotland, we call that a pleasantry.
Hi, it was a pleasantry.
What did he just say?
Oh, I love it, yeah. I mean, to be fair, though, some Scottish accents are super thick.
Yeah, I mean, people who have lived there all their life and have been engrossed in the slang and the twang that you acquire that evolves through years of living there, I can understand. But somebody who moved away 30-some years ago and now lives in England, with all our slang and in Yorkshire, of all places.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. We have some weird things that we say.
And my wife still couldn't understand it.
Fair enough.
I don't know who that says more about. Either my dad's got a really thick Scottish accent and I'm just used to it, or my wife ain't all that.
Is she on this list? I don't know.
And she married me, so there's maybe...
Oh, there's definitely something wrong with her.
Yeah, there's some leaning more towards that option.
Did she say, someone told me we don't need farmers because we have grocery stores?
Maybe, to be honest. Actually, if you want to hear a list of some of the funny things that my wife has said,
Oh, yeah.
then you want to listen to one of our bonus episodes. I can't remember off the top of my head which one it was, but I had been making a list. Not cruelly, I have to emphasise.
She allowed you?
Yes, so there's a full segment of a list of things that my wife has said in a similar vein to these.
Bless her. Oh, it's lovely, though. After telling a friend I'm a psychology major, she said, great, can you tell me what I'm thinking right now?
And could she?
I dare say not, because she's not psychic. Can you get infected from the virus on your computer?
Oh, God.
I mean, like, some of these are just beyond, really.
Yeah, that one really is.
I had an acquaintance claim that the Earth must be flat because nobody is talking about the white landmass around the map and how it's a cover-up. He was pointing to the white rectangular border of the paper.
And what's this big number at the bottom left-hand corner here? God. What do you think that is?
Very good point, yeah. I was on a date at an art museum. The painting tag said, made circa 1600. And she said, do you think the Earth was even around back then? You just never really know.
Fucking hell.
I mean, okay, credit to her for a second. It's very hard to have proof of that, isn't there?
I know it. I see where you're coming from with this, but...
I mean, we know that that's not the case.
Yeah, but no one was really... I know you're saying no one was really there, so you can't with 100% certainty say, yes, I have proof it was, but... In order for something to have been there implies the other must have, and also we have other evidence, so...
Exactly, yeah. So I kind of get it, but also thick as shit. I had a student whose father was a doctor at the nearby veterans hospital. I saw a kid a few years later and asked if his dad was still working with the veterans. He looked at me like I was an idiot, angrily, and said, he is not an animal doctor. I hope the inheritance will take care of him because that elevator was not going all the way to the top floor. I'll give you a couple more. At one of my jobs as a graphic designer, a client called me into his office and pulled up a photo that he took. He then asked me if I could turn it around. Not rotate it, but turn the viewpoint around. He wanted to see what was behind the camera when he originally took the photo.
Okay, I mean, technology's good, but...
I mean, I dare say if you had something like a GoPro with like 360-degree view, I guess you could do that.
Yeah.
But I dare say that was not the case.
It definitely sounds like that wasn't the case. It was like an iPhone, was it, did you say?
It doesn't say. I just had a thought, though. That would be interesting, wouldn't it, if there was a feature that you could select that when you take a photo, it will also take a picture of the front-facing camera.
That is true, yeah. That would be good.
I'll patent it.
Yeah, patent pending. Don't you steal my idea.
It's done now.
Our idea.
And finally, at age 27, my friend said that he had gotten into a fight with his girlfriend because he knew that his parents didn't have to have sex to conceive him. His mum got pregnant with him because they got married.
Oh, is that how it works?
Is that where you went wrong?
Yeah, I did it the old-fashioned way. Ugh.
And that was at age 27, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, wow. Someone really didn't listen in school.
Yes, some people are beyond stupid, clearly.
So thank you for bringing us another iteration of that, Jordan. I love it. So have you got some more that you can bring us next week? Because then that's your job done, mate, you know?
It is, yeah, no, I need to spread it out a little bit, don't I? I can't just be doing weeks on end of that.
I don't know. What some people don't like, other people do. So there might be people sat at home going, please do more of that next week. I'd love to hear the rest of that list. Can't please everyone, Jordan.
You can't please everyone some of the time. I mean, you can please everyone most... No. You can't please
someone
every
all
time.
The time. All the time you please someone, you cannot be pleasing everyone.
Some of the time.
Gangbang law, innit?
Raise your in the ass. Cheers to that.
Should I beep that? Because it is a drink. I guess it is the dirty word, isn't it? So
it is. That's the conundrum that I'll leave to editing Ian.
No, fantastic. Thanks very much for that. Right, Jordan. So with all that said and done and out the way, mate, does that about bring us round to the end of today's episode?
I think it does.
Nice. 1. Thank you for tuning into today's episode of Two Guys What's Up. Don't forget to follow the show wherever you listen to us so you don't miss another episode, and maybe even tell a friend. Tell your friend you'd like to give them some in their ass. And when they turn up, rather expectantly, hand them a drink and watch the disappointment grow on their face. And then, to make them happy again, show them Two Guys What's Up.
And watch the disappointment grow even more.
Grow on their face, yeah.
Then if you'd like to get in touch with us, our Linktree link is in the bio of this episode, which you can click on and be jetted off to every link you will ever need for all your Two Guys What's Up essentials. Want to get your own Two Guys What's Up t-shirt? Click the link.
Want to meet some flaky aliens? Click the link.
Want to give us your own stupidest comments? Click the link.
And when you click that link, it will blast you straight off to Patreon, the home of all your Two Guys What's Up extra essentials, including some fantastic pin badges, you can get a shout out, some brilliant snazzy t-shirts on there, and if you really can't get enough of our fantastic tales and delicious voices, well, now you can get more of each, because there are currently, 22?
22.
Bonus episodes just sat out there right now, ready for you to go and have a little old wriggle around and all that extra audio goodness. And all that is available right now, starting with the bonus episodes for just £3. And they come out every month on the last Friday. It never ends. Woo.
Whether you want it to or not. So if you want to help support the show and get some cool stuff while you do so, head over to patreon.com/2guyswhatsup to check out all the goodies over there. The link will be down below for your clicking pleasure.
Beautiful. But if you can't do that, but you'd still like to help us out, then a 5-star rating and review in your podcast app of choice would be the best, freest, and downright most amazingest way to help us out, and we would be eternally grateful. But on that note, thanks for listening. Y'all have an amazing week, and we will see you next Monday. Bye.
Come in my ass.
Oh, that's going to sound like you. Beep in my beep. So these guys claim to be extraterrestrials, but not from just... So these guys claim to be extraterrestrial.
You all right?
No, having a stroke, apparently. Brilliant. I like it when I, do the old turn around on you.
I like it when you do that too.
And give you one of those drinks. Fuck's sake.
Facebook are indeed always listening. They weren't wrong.
Facebook AI is sat there thinking, what do you think he meant by that statement? I don't know. Could be this. Hands up a drink, yeah.
Oh, he's always talking about booze. So.
Exactly, yeah. It's a perfect marriage of two. Why not?
Nice.
Smash him.
Oh, love it.